Hyperion needs no real introduction. Everyone knows their deeds, their accomplishments, and their rise to galactic dominance. Together with Handsome Jack, Hyperion essentially made what the Borderlands are today. Without their involvement, the vault might have never have been opened, iridium weaponry would have never come into play, and corporations like Atlas wouldn't be as weak as they are right now. For all terms and purposes, the games wouldn't be the ones we know and love without Hyperion. But after everything that happened over the course of the pre-sequel, 2, and Tales, it's hard to imagine the Hyperion today is the same one we knew and loved. Their almost complete absence from Borderlands 3 speaks volumes about the state of the conglomerate. No longer are they the top dogs, no longer are they as influential, strong, or quite possibly viable as a company. And to understand Hyperion's fall from grace, we need to understand their most recent history and the catastrophic defeats they suffered on Pandora. Because the fall of Pandora did more than just tie a knot on the bow of Jack's legacy. It also sealed the fate of the company he led. You see, under Jack, Hyperion took advantage of the vault and began mining for iridium, and as we know, iridium became a very valuable source that Hyperion had a practical monopoly on. Before it all, Hyperion was just another company, but after, they became a superpower. And because of how powerful Pandora had made them, Hyperion placed all of their focus onto the planet, making it and its iridium hull the sole provider of the company's wealth, power, and influence. And then Jack died, leaving Hyperion without a leader. But that was okay, because they still had Helios and their operations on Pandora. But then Helios fell. And without Helios, there was no money in iridium for Hyperion. Without Helios, they can't protect their assets. And without Helios, their galactic influence suffers. Now, the company fell so far from the podium after Pandora that, as of 3, they practically rebranded the entire conglomerate to try and escape the past. We might not see Hyperion doing things in 3, but we do see what they've been up to and the changes they've undergone in the design of their logo and their guns, which have drastically changed since the times of 1, 2, and the pre-sequel. We get more confirmation of this rebranding in the first DLC for 3, where we arrive on the Handsome Jackpot to see that after Jack's death, they have completely abandoned anything to do with his face or name, even though profit could still be made. And that tells me that this new Hyperion wants nothing to do with the old, even if it means weakening the entire company. It's funny, because in a way the decline and fall of Hyperion now almost directly mirrors the decline and fall of Atlas during Borderlands 1. Like Hyperion, Atlas was a superpower in the corporate world and tried their hand at civilizing Pandora, and in that small time, Atlas bit off more than they could chew, resulting in the downfall of General Knox, Commandant Steele, and a portion of the Crimson Lance, which would go on to create the Crimson Raiders. Economically, it was proven that the losses suffered on Pandora weakened Atlas enough for Hyperion, in their prime, to swoop in and finish them off as a conglomerate. Ironically, it would end up being the new CEO of the reformed Atlas that would get the last laugh against Hyperion and dismantle the core operations of the company and give Jack one final goodbye. So when it comes to the state of Hyperion, it would be one of rebuilding, rebranding, and separating themselves from Jack and his Hyperion dynasty. It's almost as if Hyperion's desire to move on from the past is somehow related to Gearbox's desire to move on from Jack. No longer do the devs want Jack to drive the story of the Borderlands, so they went to the extremes to make him a thing of the past and tied that desire to the current state of Hyperion. But even so, the decline of Hyperion has left a power vacuum in the corporate world that has yet to be filled and possibly never will be. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this video, Borderlands, or its lore, you can leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to read each and every one of them. Thanks for watching.